Hi, everybody, and thank you for coming. Today, we're going to learn how you can automate multi-recipient communication in Odoo. So my name is Cecily Barreto. I'm the Director of Implementation North America for Sedexus. I've been working with Odoo for over 5 years, and I've touched every version since V10. To tell you a little bit about Sedexus, we've been an Odoo partner since 2012. We're headquartered in the US, but we have a presence in Switzerland and France. We have over 40 business analysts, developers, bookkeepers, and system admins, so it really lets us help people at any level that they need. Big companies with their own IT, or small companies that need help with all of it. We're happy to have a portfolio of over 70 successful Odoo implementations, and our goal is always to help our clients get the most out of Odoo, whether you're implementing it for the first time or you just want it to work better for you. So I'd like to invite you to scan the QR code, and you can ask some questions as you follow along in the presentation. I'll have the QR code on every slide going forward as well. Okay, so why are we here? I want to introduce you guys to our document preferences app. So we basically developed this to streamline some of the most common communication points of the sales workflow. This was motivated by a need for a quicker and simpler way to handle communication for customers that have a lot of points of contact. Sometimes you'll deal with different project managers, department heads, or teams within the same company, and it can be really difficult to remember who needs to receive what. Our app allows you to set up rules to automatically send out sales confirmation and invoices to multiple contacts at the confirmation of the document. So when you confirm the sales order, it'll auto-send. When you confirm the invoice, it'll auto-send. So it's automation and kind of like a CC field. We also support the follow-up reports. So Odoo already lets you automate the follow-up reports and send it to multiple recipients, but our app allows you to set it based on a time frequency on the 1st or the 15th of the month, as opposed to Odoo's base code, which has you set it up from the due dates of your customers. Our app also allows you to set up specific email templates for each of the emails that you're sending out. So without further ado, let's jump into a demo. So first, I kind of want to walk you through what you have to do to accomplish the same thing without the app. So if you were to create a new sales order, we'll pick Deco Addict and confirm it. To send the order confirmation, you'll click Send by Email. And you have to remember every single person that you're going to send this to. So let's say Addison and Douglas need a copy, but maybe for this project, maybe not for another. And we'll go ahead and click Send. And so that's kind of how you would accomplish it as Odoo stands now. With our app, I'll take you around. So we'll go to a contact, and you can see there's a new smart button in the top right corner called Document Preferences. And this is where you can kind of set up those rules. Before we set something up, I want to show you the other two menus that are relevant to us. There is the document type that's added to the configuration, and these are the types that we'll go over today, so order confirmation, invoice, and the follow-up report. And then you also have a menu to configure the method of delivery. So email is the one that we have set up out of the box, but obviously it's expandable to any kind of method of delivery you can think of. And then you can set up which methods are available based on the document type that you choose. So back to Azure Interior. I want to set up a rule that's going to send an order confirmation by email to Brandon anytime a sales order is confirmed for Azure Interior. This is what kind of determines how we're going to search for these rules. And this is automatically set based on which contact you entered this menu from. We'll set up another rule for Nicole. And then we'll set up, very similar, an invoice emailed to Nicole. So in this case, Brandon and Nicole both get copies of the order confirmation, but only Nicole gets a copy of the invoice. So let's go ahead and create a new order. And confirm. The order confirms, we can see that it was automatically sent to both Brandon and Nicole. And every time you confirm a sales order for Azure Interior, they will get a copy without you having to worry to send it to them. One thing I do want to call out is that they're not automatically added as followers here, but when they reply to your email, they'll be added as per the base Odoo code. Let's fulfill our order and create an invoice. So now, same concept. When we confirm the invoice, we can see that it is sent to Nicole only, because that's what we set up in our rules. Pretty simple. Another good use case for this is if you have a corporation that has maybe multiple stores or multiple entities, and let's say the orders are placed by one person, but all the invoices are paid by corporate. So you want to make sure that the order confirmations are sent to maybe the store managers, but your invoices are always sent to corporate. So let's see how we could set that up. So here we have our corporation, Cloud9, and we have a couple stores here and a couple store managers set up. So we're going to set up a document preference on our stores themselves. Oh, looks like I already have one set up. So here we can see that an order confirmation will be emailed to the store manager, Glenn, every time it's confirmed. Let's go back to our other store. And this is configured so that an order confirmation is sent to their store manager every time a sales order is confirmed. And then last point that we need to check is to make sure that our invoice address has a document preference set up as well. So anytime an invoice is posted to Cloud9 accounts payable, they're going to receive a copy. So let's see it in action. So when we confirm, we can see that Glenn receives a copy of the order confirmation. But when we fulfill the order, and create the invoice, it is automatically sent to accounts payable and accounts payable only. That'll work the same for the other store. And a couple other features to point out. If we go to our parent contact, we can easily see a summary of all the document preferences that are set up for that parent, but we can distinguish what's going to trigger them by using the document address column. So even though I'm in the Cloud9 parent, I know that these rules only apply to documents where this is the actual address. So it gives you a lot of flexibility in setting it up, and it's also pretty easy to understand what's going to happen from a high-level overview. The follow-up reports are set up in the same way. You would just set your method of delivery, the document address, the recipient, and then the only added thing is you would set the frequency. So it would be monthly on the 1st or monthly on the 15th. It's not the 1st or the 15th, so I can't show it to you, but it works. The last neat little feature here is if you turn on debug mode, you can actually choose what template is being sent to each recipient per address. And this could be really useful in a lot of instances, but one example would be if you were sending the sales order confirmation to a list of people, and some people could receive sensitive information, but the others couldn't, you could set up a separate email template and kind of customize what each one receives. And that is it for the demo portion. To conclude, this app just helps you streamline communication with your customers, so it's going to make it easier on you, the user, but also more easier for the customer as well. Because of the nature of the app, it's really built in a way that you could expand it to other features. So if you wanted to automatically send purchase orders or delivery orders using that same kind of format, we could easily expand it. And also the framework is built out for other methods of delivery as well. So if you wanted to do SMS or FTP or set up a series of actions to take, it is doable as well. If you're interested, we have some other talks tomorrow. At 10:30, we're going to go over our credit management app. It's pretty robust. At 12:30, we're going over some intercompany order management as it relates to accounting. At 2 p.m., we actually have a customer call. I forgot to put in the name here, but it's basically we're doing an interview with one of our clients that's based in Germany. And at 2:30, I'll be going over labor costs in manufacturing and kind of the accounting implications of that. And then that's it. We can open the floor to any questions.
Brilliant. brilliant. So there's a couple of questions. Maybe the first one straight off the bat. When can we expect a version for V17?
Ask my boss. Just kidding. Very shortly.
Okay, very
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Correct answer. In V17, do you think it would be possible to add a WhatsApp as delivery method?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Without
That's
a
what
doubt.
we'd like to hear.
Anything's possible with Odoo.
Would it be possible to add multiple recipients in the documents preference rule instead of each time adding a different line?
Yeah, not out of the box, but that's definitely configurable to make it like a tag-like field so that people can be set up on the same type of role. It's a good idea.
Okay, brilliant. Can you please show an example of a follow-up report template? I don't understand what this could look like.
Sure. The template actually is not applicable for the follow-up report. So if you'll see here, that's the only one that doesn't have a template. It'll just use whatever's set up in your Odoo configuration under your follow-up reports.
Okay, brilliant. Are there any improvements you have envisioned for this app for the future?
Well, now, the tag-based entering of the recipients. I also think it would be nice if you could set up rules based on different types of addresses. So for example, on your invoice address, you have the invoice address and also the delivery address. So if you could set it up so that only invoices for a certain delivery address go to certain people, I think that could add another layer of customization, like right into the user's hands. So I think that would be pretty cool.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And then, last question. If anyone wants to pick up the app today, where can they find it?
You just email me at cecily@sedexus.com, and in 2 weeks it'll be on the Odoo App Store.
Brilliant. Perfect.
Yeah.
Are there any questions in the room before we close off? Okay. Well then, thank you so much for your time.
Cool. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for coming. Okay.